All right, folks. So today, just going to give you a little video here on columns, margins, and the baseline grid. So there are a few different ways to create columns, and let's go ahead and talk about them. So the first one is you just want to come over here to the layout, right? And under layout, you go to margins and columns, right? And then you can adjust the number of columns here. And then you see you get your guidelines actually on the page there. And then you can make it 3, make it 4, right? And then you can adjust the gutter size as well, which is that area between the columns. So you see when I make that bigger, that it adjusts the gutter size. Okay, so that's one way to do it. So let's go ahead and undo that. Another way to do it, all right, well, would be to go ahead and drag out your text box, right, to whatever size you want it to be. We'll just make it match the margins, and then hit this right arrow key. And every time you hit that right arrow key, it adds a column. Every time you go back left, it subtracts a column. And of course, you don't have to make that the exact size of the margin. You can make it whatever size you want. Okay, so the last way is to create your text box. So let's see, I'm going to create my text box there, and then I'm going to grab my pointer. I'm going to click on the text box and then go all the way down to the bottom. Here in text frame, I have the option to add columns and then adjust the gutter between those columns. Okay, so now that I've done that, let's look at how to deal with the baseline grid. So we have our text box, so we're going to want to go ahead and actually let's create 2 columns with that. So let's click back on our text box. All right, come down here, make it 2 columns, and then we're going to go to File, Place. Okay, and we'll go down to this body copy file that I've made. Okay, so we've placed that. And so now we want to go ahead and add our baseline grid. So the way that we do that is actually just through changing our viewing options. So go over here to View, okay, Grids and Guides. Okay, and now you're going to go down to Show Baseline Grid. Increase this to at least 75%, and then you'll be able to see it. Okay, so now we've got that. So now what we're going to do is click in here, select all of that text, and go over to this button right here, Align to Baseline Grid. We click that, and you see that it's aligned all of our text to that baseline grid. And as long as you don't have any fancy spacing going on in the original body copy that you brought in, you shouldn't have any problem keeping this aligned to the baseline grid. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and I hope you all learned today. Awesome.